Good day, welcome back. We are busy with functions where we're looking at the inverse function, and for those who struggle to understand what it is a reflection in the line y is equal to x. It's a reflection of the original function in the line y is equal to x. In this video we will be focusing on the parabola. First things first, when I'm given the function of x is equal to x squared, I rewrite this in standard form where this is y is equal to x squared. Now that I have it in this form, I interchange my x and my y values. So now I have x is equal to y squared. In order to make y the subject of the formula, I find the square root of x, but this answer could potentially be positive or negative. I notice also that this is a square root, so I will have restrictions that will take place here. X cannot be less than 0. X must be positive. Alright? So we notice that the domain will have to be restricted and only positive values of x will be allowed. I cannot have negative values in a surd form. So, being a y is equal to plus the square root of x, because remember, we're only going to do the positive arm, so the reflection will be the positive square root of x. So I'll calculate 0 will be 0, square root of 1 will be 1, the square root of 4 will be 2, and the square root of 9 will be 3. Those will be the values for my inverse function. Can you already see what the values will be for x squared? 0 will be 0, 1 will be 1, then I will have 2 will be 4, if my x value is 2, and if my x value is 3, I will have 9. So, firstly I plot the values for my graph. At minus 1, if I square that, I will have positive 1. Minus 2 squared will give me 4. 0 squared will give me 0. Then 1 squared will give me 1. And 2 squared will give me 4. With those values, then I draw the graph with one smooth continuous curve. But now remember, we said we will have to have a restriction that there cannot be negative values. So this part of the graph won't really exist. So I will only have the wing from 0 to in this direction. So remember what we said, whatever the coordinate is, it's a reflection in the line y is equal to x. So when we plot our values, we will get at 0 will be 0, at 1 will be 1, and then at 4 will be 2, and at 9 will be 3. So this graph will take the form in that direction, because we cannot have negative x values. Here is the arm that we have, the positive arm of y is equal to x, and here is the reflection in the line y is equal to x. Let's take any given point on this graph. Let's take 9. We move from 9, we go towards the graph and then away from the graph. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I make a 90-degree turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I notice that I have the same distance to and from the original graph to the mirror and away from the mirror to the inverse graph? Do notice that I do not have a wing at the bottom of the graph, because the restriction said I cannot use any negative values of x That's why there is no negative values of x. Just for interest sake, I've also drawn the left arm of the graph y is equal to x squared. So if I had this arm and I had to reflect this arm in this line, I would generate for myself the following graph. Whatever the value is to the mirror, away from the mirror at 90 degrees, I will get the following graph of negative the square root of x. So if I take negative square root of 0, it will give me 0. Negative square root of 1, so that will give me 1. Negative square root of 4 will give me negative 2. And then negative square root of negative square root of 9 will give me negative 3. So if I look at the values that I'm given there, it will correspond with this arm. So remember, if you have the positive arm, that arm's reflection will be that way. If you have the negative arm, the reflection will be on this side. I want to thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, tell your friends. If you loved it, tell everyone. I will see you in the next one. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be notified when new videos is uploaded. Please share if you found it useful. Thank you. Goodbye.